So essentially, man, let's talk. Let's talk. So last week I was approached by a Music Mondays artist and supporter, and they had asked me to, they had asked us to really talk about common scams in the underground. Now, we had went into a little bit of detail about this when we had talked about fake playlists and botted playlists and things like that on Spotify, right? Um, but there's definitely some very like interesting kinds of scams when it comes to articles and record deals and getting signed, right? There's a whole lot of like it gets cloudy and there's a whole lot of bullshit that could go down. So we're here to talk about it. Um so the main thing here, and one thing that's like very important when it comes to scams, right? And random DMs and stuff in your message requests and things like that. Um if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And that's just not really like a saying, that's just life, right? Because um it's very rare, very 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 rare that something insane and crazy, like just lucky, is just gonna fall on your lap in your message requests on Instagram. It's very fucking rare. And as much as we'd all like to believe that, it's just not the case, right? And it's not just people in music. It's people in designing, people in art, people in fashion. They go they go through the same sort of things, right? Um, but I think it can go a little bit deeper than that, right? Because people can send pretty convincing messages to people that, at first glance would probably fall for. And they'd be like, yo, is this real or not? And then, like, you show it to another set of eyes, and they're like, bro, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. So they're essentially like, the more doctored up a message is, sometimes the easier it is to just kind of glance at it and be like, oh shit, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So there is definitely a way to um not only avoid this kind of thing, but really break it down as to where you could look at a message in 2 seconds and know it's fake, right? Um, One main thing, and one thing that I always look for when it comes to like wondering if something is like legit is I'll look at their profile. And that's obvious, right? That's a given. But it doesn't really matter if they have any like handles in their bio. It doesn't really matter if they have any kind of um resume that kind of looks good but isn't really good. I think one big thing that you can look at when you look at somebody's profile that sends you a sketchy kind of DM, um pertaining to like a scam or some kind of deal, look at their profile and see if they have real pictures up. And by real pictures, I mean, I'm not talking about like selfies. I'm talking about pictures with other people, pictures with tags, right? There'll be people that kind of, you know, they'll go to parties or dinners, and then they'll kind of take a picture with somebody and they'll tag them in that photo. And that'll be a really good way to tell if you're dealing with somebody with stolen photos or you're dealing with a real fucking person. Because it's very easy to just kind of steal people's photos and create a profile. But um, the other thing to kind of look out for when it comes to looking at somebody's profile is if they have a story, and not just a story with links or a story with images or graphics, a story at their crib, a story of their breakfast, a story of their kids. You know what I mean? You want something substantial so you can be like, okay, like this is like a person. You know what I mean? And you're not just dealing with somebody um who's just trying to be anonymous, right? So that'll be the big thing, is if they have photos and they have real pictures and they have like real mutuals. And that kind of leads me into my next point. Mutuals. You know, most of the time, a lot of the people that want to do business with you or want to work with you or anything like that, there are going to be mutuals. They're going to find out from you, from somebody. Whether you both follow Joe Schmo, or you guys both follow this person, or he found you in somebody's comments. They're gonna be somebody that's around, right? Kind of like this person, a friend of a friend of a friend type shit. But usually when it is these kind of scam accounts, they're going to have no mutuals. They're going to have a random 20K followers. They're probably going to be private. And they're going to have some handle in their bio that they don't work for. Right? Like, for instance, if you go on my Twitter profile, there's something like probably like in 2021 or 2022 where I broke down somebody who was trying to sell me an article. And I was like, brother, do you even do you even know who the fuck I am? And, like, that wasn't even on some, like, cocky shit. It was more so, like, it would take one look at, like, my bio and my links to see that I have a writing resume. Why the fuck would I want to buy an article from you? Or even get an article? You know what I mean? It was very much in that aspect. It was like a copy and paste kind of message. And I was just like, this motherfucker is just out here, just copy and pasting messages and seeing what bites. And people can kind of fake weird credits like that. And that's one other avenue as to where that's a very, like, common thing. That's a very, very common thing as to where they're like, yeah, dude, I can get you featured on here, and you pay them this amount of money and they block you and that's it. Or some of them might not even block you, and some of them might just string you along forever, and they'll be like, yeah, dude, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, for sure, it's coming. And the problem is there's no way to really, like, expose these people or, like, try to, like get anything back, try to, like, do business the right way, because there's 9 times out of 10 there's no mutuals. It's these very, like, rogue accounts that come from, like, out of nowhere. You know what I mean? People that have just been scamming their whole life, whether it be in music, art, wherever else, you know what I mean? Music's just one form of this, as to where you have to deal with, like, a lot of, like, weird fake scammy shit. So, to recap, basically, check out the profile. You're gonna want to look at stories and photos, and to really see if you know, they're an actual human fucking being, right? look for stories of, like, their personal life. Look for stories of their partner, anything. And then do your research, right? Find out how they found you. Find out your mutuals. Find out if this is just a rogue account. And then more deeper than that, do a Google search. Do a Google search of the account. Go on Reddit and search it on Reddit. 9 times out of 10, if it's a fucking scammer, somebody else has ran into them and they know about it. If you're really that sketched out, there's a million ways to kind of, like, go on Google and really break that down to see if they have a bad rap. You know what I mean? That's, like, one of the easier ways to do it, is 100% take, you know, say some writer has a name, and, you know, you want to go see if their writing is legit, or this and this. That's a way to do it. That's 100% the way to do it. So, with all of that kind of being said, one other thing I kind of wanted to mention in this whole topic was, nobody's ever gonna, like, do business with you over DMs. Like, they're gonna do business with you over email or a call. Like, it's very rare that you might go back to DMs once business is done, but you're never gonna go and sign a contract through a DM. You're never gonna go and, like, do official business talks through an Instagram call. You're never gonna do that through a Twitter DM. At least not at first. Many legit companies will send you an email with a legit email address, and they're gonna want to hop on a Zoom call. They're gonna want to hop on a Discord call. Some of them might even just want to hop on a FaceTime. Like, that's how you're gonna know. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that real scammers haven't gone that far, but most don't go that far because that requires them to show their face. That requires them to fucking, be a human being, and actually put something on the line. So a lot of it doesn't go that far. But when it comes to like these deals and these like business opportunities and like, yo, let me do this, let me do that. Those are some ways to verify it, but at the end of the day, if somebody's not contacting by email or wanting you to get on a Zoom call or a FaceTime call, it's probably bullshit to some degree. You know what I mean? Like, and even if it's not, it's pretty amateurish. You know what I mean? Because like even like the majority of the Music Monday staff, like I always hop on a call with them first. You know what I mean? Like hopping on a call, hopping on a FaceTime, contacting through email. I think all those things are very, very important and a really good way to tell if somebody's like really about their business. Like really, really about their shit, you know what I mean? So that's the other part of it. That's the other part of it as to where that's a very like good way to tell. For sure. And the last thing to cap that off is to just never download anything. You know what I mean? I wouldn't download anything on mobile, but I would never download anything just from an email that like you've never seen before, or it's not like the proper link. Like don't just be thirsty and go download what you think is a PDF, but it's like a zip file and you have to unzip it and all of a sudden you have a virus on your PC from a scammer. Like that's the other part of it too, is like they're gonna want to send you shit like that if they're like scammers and shit. But if you can get way past all that and you can just get on a call, you can talk through email, you can talk on the phone, that's like more of the green flags that you should be looking for, as opposed to weird sketchy shit like that. Now it does vary from situation. Like some people are just good at marketing and they just want to send you free shit. Like I've had that happen before with energy drink companies, with other companies that just want to send you free shit and they're like, yeah, here's a code, shipping's free. Like that kind of shit isn't a scam because they're just marketing. But most people aren't, you know what I mean? But some people are, you know what I mean? So really put your thinking cap on, pay attention, and if you really don't know, go to your mutuals, and then on top of it, go to the internet. You know what I mean? Google's free. Use it. You know what I mean? Don't trust other people's words. Don't trust fucking anybody's word that doesn't know what they're talking about, right? Trust your gut and do your research. Absolutely. So yeah, that's some like really basic kind of bulletin points on scams in the underground and just scams on social media in general, and really how to protect yourself and how to like really tell what kind of people are legit and what kind of people are not, right? Because everybody knows, like even Music Mondays, like take a look at us. I'm live here every Monday. I'm live on stream fucking 6 days a week. You could Google Zomb Slays. The whole first Google page is me. You know what I mean? So like, again, green flag. If say I approach somebody and I wanted to do business with them, green flag, because like everything's there in black and white. But for a lot of these kind of weird sketchy people that don't have mutuals or this or this or that, you might have to put in some elbow grease and do a little research. You know what I mean? So that's that, my friends. That'll definitely get uploaded on the channel. So if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and drop a like, and huge shout out to everybody.